you choose?
It's really none of my business, kid, but who cares what these creeps think, you know?
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
They don't decide who you are, you do. You are who you choose to be.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Hello, and welcome to another commentary from my channel. You guys have to realize...
Babe, no! Babe, no! Babe!
I'm back again with another look at Destiny, because all eyes are on Destiny at this point. In fact, out of my 5 small pages of notes, yeah, I have 5 pages, they're mini pages, but 5 pages of notes, 4 of them are devoted to Destiny, and only 1 is for Amber. That's because there's nothing really going on with Amber these days. But yeah, this video consists of the breakup from 2017, January 2017, between Destiny and Amber Lynn, and the details therein.
Just January alone is pretty thick.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
There's a lot of deep stuff in this video that I kind of want to talk about, and I've got some clips pulled that are kind of ready to go. But just like the last video, there's going to be a lot of clips, a lot of going back and forth, and hopefully a lot of laughs. But, you know, that's up for you to decide.
Give it up!
You know, there are a lot of us in the Amberverse. Some of us drive luxury vehicles, and some of us ride on comets. Like Karina, she has a comet. Me, I drive a Volvo station wagon. So if you're ready, grab yourself a snack, make sure it is a Kentucky Fried Chicken cookie, and make sure it's old. Also grab yourself a pack of American Spirits from Jade, and your complimentary Rings of Power licensed Amazon packaging, and strap in. Because we are headed towards the Amberverse.
Just gonna get it over with.
Working on this editing might take a couple hours. Make some bagels taste sour, then I take a shower.
Here we go again.
Amazon unboxing till it makes me feel better. Then I'll cover up the comments like some stretches in my sweater. Ready? Ain't felt this good since I broke up with Becky. I get my Torrid on, I'm feeling sexy. Miss my pill reminders cause I'm on too many meds. Yeah, I gotta stay in bed, but I'm feeling good. I don't do my taxes, I might need some help. I don't plant a garden, I get lettuce off the shelf. I don't wanna work hard, I just want the clout. I don't like my girlfriend, so I switch them out. I don't wear a seatbelt, it only slows me down. When I order Uber Eats, I gotta have the hash browns. Yeah, I got a couple lawsuits, I had to leave town. I don't have a license, my girl drives me around. Target haul, Torrid haul, don't check the price, I got it. That money stacking up like those...
Alright, so like I said, this is a kind of a long video. I'm going to try and just work through this because there's a lot of just crap at the beginning, and then it gets into some serious stuff, and then it gets into the Amber stuff later. But to start off the video, we've got the Destiny section, so...
Ready, go!
Here we go. So to start off the Destiny breakup, we've got a small mom fight detail, and that is that between the fight with Amber and Destiny's mom, who I do want to mention is no longer with us. During that fight, Amber never threw a punch or fought back because she wasn't able to. Apparently, she just flopped on the ground like a wet blanket. I guess I kind of expected that.
When I said that Amber Lynn and my mom got into an altercation, Amber Lynn didn't hit my mom. She didn't get the chance, basically. She kind of just, like, I don't know if my mom, like, slapped her, did whatever to her, but Amber Lynn just essentially fell to the floor and just took it.
Any other questions?
The next note I've got is Destiny loves Avatar. Avatar The Last Airbender, and me too.
Clearly, I'm a big fan.
I was planning on doing a video about Legend of Korra from literally the beginning of this channel, and I never got around to it, and you know what? I'm gonna make that damn video. Legend of Nora.
They say you have a monster here.
The next note is that Amber loves soup. Amber's soups. Okay then, that's okay.
Amber Lynn shows a lot of soups. Like I said, I never ate those.
No soup for you!
The next note is Amber obsesses over Trisha Paytas.
Huh?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, even in my short time covering Amber, there's been a lot of weird obsessive content about Trisha Paytas.
What?
I don't know where it comes from. Apparently Destiny doesn't know either.
Amberlynn also makes a video about Trisha Paytas, like her wanting to see her. She was obsessed with Trisha Paytas. I don't know, like, when that obsession started, but I don't know. She talked about her all the time, and I know she watched her a lot.
Oh. Okay.
Destiny recounts the time whenever she was called it, or doesn't recount that. I'm not really sure. Amber said it happened. Destiny said it didn't happen. Of course.
She mentions the thing where I got called an it at a restaurant again. That did not happen. You liar! I did not get called an it. And when she's explaining it in this part, she makes an excuse that I wasn't there to hear it. So, who's to say that actually happened?
There is no ice. There's never been any ice. Ice is just a myth.
The next note is date night lies. This is where Amber would lie about them having date nights all the time on YouTube and how their date nights would go, about how they would be cuddling all the time, and Destiny said that just like didn't happen. So, date night gate. Another one.
She talked about how we do a lot of date nights and stuff. I wouldn't really call it date nights. I would call it Amberlynn making a plan for the day and doing it.
Oh.
She said that her favorite date night, though, was to stay in bed and cuddle. We, like, 98% of the time never did that. We were always having to go somewhere. Like, we never stayed home, really.
Stop it, you're such a liar. Hey, Georgie.
The next note I've got is complaining about Snapchat. That's Amber complaining about Snapchat. And what's new there? It's been 5 years since these notes. Like, 5 years since any of this has happened. And it's just like, yep, sounds correct. I've made so much progress, I don't see it.
This is when she started reading a lot of y'all's Snapchats, like opening them in videos, and how she didn't want to be on a schedule with vlogging. I literally wrote, this stuff is pretty boring. It got really boring in the beginning of January. She started discussing a lot of the hate that she started getting.
I am such a good person.
At this point, Destiny and Amber move, and there is the U-Haul lies, which is where Amber says that they got a U-Haul and she paid for it, and that was not true. It was paid for by Amber's foster mom. So, U-Haul gate. Another one.
She said something about us paying for the U-Haul when we moved to Kentucky. I stated that before. We did not pay for that U-Haul.
Rag 'em, rack.
Her foster mom did.
Rack ball.
The next note is funny faces at the camera from Destiny. She just mentions how every time she would be put on camera by Amber, it was awkward, and in order for her to sort of, combat against that awkwardness, she would just make a funny face or, be weird. And
there was a few times that it got like paused when I'd make funny faces at the camera. I made funny faces at the camera because it's awkward. Like you can just be like minding your own business and then boom, camera in the face.
Are you gonna miss your mom?
No.
No? Oh, don't cry, are you?
the next note is Olive Garden, just going to Olive Garden a lot. Cool.
Am I in a palace?
For the record, I don't really like Olive Garden that much.
She showed us eating at Olive Garden with Charla and Jalissa.
Amazing, love that.
The next note is Amber's poetry era. Oh, and I think we all know how that one turned out.
She starts talking about her poems and her writing.
Rain and petals these drop. Pa. Pa.
If you or anyone you know has been the victim of abuse, don't be afraid to connect with someone via the number below.
All right, the next note, and this one is hilarious. This one's pretty good. She says that, Destiny says that they went to a Chinese restaurant or got some Chinese food, and she got a fortune cookie. And in the fortune cookie, her fortune read, "Big changes coming." And Destiny immediately just thought, like, yeah, breaking up with Amberlynn. Well, at least she knew. At least she was upfront about it. She knew what she was doing.
And then I wrote this down when we were at PF Chang's. We all read our fortune cookies, and mine said, "New changes coming soon." And I put, i.e. dumping Amberlynn. At this point in time, things had been rocky for a little while, as y'all know.
Rocky loves Emily. Rocky loves
Emily, what's going on?
My brothers are retarded.
Destiny goes to Walmart. That was actually just a recent thing. She said she's been going to Walmart more. Well done.
I actually went to Walmart yesterday. Like, went into it, and it was not that bad. That was like the first time that I had been in there in a long time. The one close to us, and it wasn't that bad. It was insanely hot in there, though.
This is fine.
The next note is Amber was buying lots of necklaces. She was buying lots of necklaces and then getting rid of lots of necklaces, bringing them to Goodwill, in order for her to buy more necklaces.
Talking about getting rid of necklaces just to buy more.
I have got to have that croquet set.
There is the work/anxiety attack lies. This is where Amber eventually quit her job, and she just kept on saying that she was having anxiety attacks at work. We just don't know if that was the truth. I mean, probably the most common place for people to have anxiety attacks, well, would be while working. I mean, that's like pretty common, so I'm not going to put that past Amber, but who knows. At this point, I thought this was a little back and forth as to, like, if she was saying that she encouraged this or if she was saying that she discouraged this. I thought it was just a little strange, her wording. But I wrote down, Destiny encourages Amber's YouTube career. Yeah, she kind of mentions that at this point, Amber was making decent money on YouTube, and she kind of... You just gotta look at the clip. Oh, do it, but don't do it. Do it, but don't do it.
She started talking about having anxiety attacks at work. I only ever remember her having an anxiety attack at work, like, I don't know, like a couple times. It was not like an everyday thing towards when she was quitting. I didn't understand why she was quitting the job. Like, she literally just, like I said, we went to the new building and she just was not having it. I don't know what it was. I think really she just didn't want to work. I think she just wanted to do the YouTube, and that's just what she decided to do. I said, I thought the job would be perfect for her. It didn't require a lot of anything, and it was really easy money, because she was good at it. It wasn't hard work, and it made good money, and you were just sitting. Like, it wasn't strenuous. It wasn't nothing. You know, like, I don't know. She made up a lot of excuses of why she wanted to quit her job, and she stated, I said that I was like, yeah, you need to quit. You know, just do YouTube and stay home. I did not tell her that straight up. I told her that she's an adult and it's clearly her choice.
Woo loo loo, woo loo loo.
I said, I thought the job would be perfect for her. It didn't require a lot of anything, and it was really easy money.
I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
She's grown. It's her choice. I shouldn't have a say in if she wants to keep her job or not. She was making decent money on YouTube, though, I can say. I don't remember exactly how much, but she was making pretty decent money.
At this point, Destiny goes to the ER from stress. We heard about that one.
I went to the ER, and this is where they told me it was probably stress-induced. I don't know why she doesn't mention that, because it was literally in the paperwork that I got back.
You're killing me, SpongeBob. You really are.
The next note is dependency issues with Amber. After Amber wasn't working with Destiny anymore, Amber would demand that Destiny call her on lunch. So when Destiny went on lunch, Amber would call her, and she would get mad if Destiny didn't answer. So been there before. At this point, you can really start to see, and Destiny mentions this too, you can really start to see that Amber is manipulating the people around them and really is starting to trap Destiny. And this is an extremely toxic situation. It's a very negative situation that just continued because of poor decisions on both parties. All you can really say about it is just, ugh.
After she quit, she really wanted me to, when I went on lunch, because we only got a 30-minute lunch, we got 2 15s and a 30. During lunch, she wanted me to sit in my car and call her and just talk to her on my 30 minutes of lunch, which wouldn't have been a big deal, but I don't know, like, it was like I had to, you know? I didn't have a choice. Like, I couldn't be like, oh, you know, actually I wanted to hang out with so-and-so during lunch, you know, whatever. No.
So Amber gets a new scale at this point, and her weigh-ins become more of a focus. Destiny mentions that Amber is 68% soup. I thought that was really funny. What's the other 32%? Fat? Sorry.
I put Amberlynn is probably 68% soup because she's recorded so much soup.
The next note I've got on this is Amber blames her weight gain on mental illness.
She started watching a video to herself and got emotional, blamed her weight gain on mental illnesses, which, I mean, it is mental, but she has the power to do so, and she's just still not done it. You know, like, obviously she's done it before. She just can't do it now. I don't understand.
For this one, yeah, I'm going to defer to a clip from Zachary Michael's recent video on Life by Cindy, where he kind of describes really what I feel about mental illness and blaming mental illness and sort of avoidance issues. I could not have said this better myself, so here's the clip from Zachary Michael. I agree with this. This is my sentiment for sure.
Like, I talk about mental health a lot, and one of the things that a lot of people said whenever I covered Cindy is that I wasn't taking into account that she has BPD or that she has, like, mental health challenges. And I actually do understand that, and I do think that, you know, that definitely informs a lot of probably why Cindy does the things that she does. I think what's important to also keep in mind is that, like, if you have a mental health challenge, diagnosis, whatever it might be, you can't always, like, just use that to justify bad behavior. And in fact, I think most people in the mental health community and also the larger, like, disability community do not really care for people blaming bad behavior on mental health problems or diagnoses because, you know, we are so much more than just, like, our mental health diagnosis, and so many people do struggle with those things without making bad decisions that impact other people negatively. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's really none of my business, kid, but who cares what these creeps think, you know? They don't decide who you are, you do. You are who you choose to be.
The main thing that I got from that was we are not our mental illnesses. You see how empowering that can be whenever you remove yourself from your mental illness and say, you know what? This does not control me. I'm going to do something regardless of this. And that is one of the most important things that any human being can do. Pushing past, persevering, and improving themselves. We've got another broken ankle story. I don't know. I guess Amber broke her ankle whenever she was younger.
Oh, no. Oh,
boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No,
there.
I think she is.
Yeah, she's
Ouch.
hurt. She took a hard fall off there.
And that kind of completes the ultra boring section where there's nothing really going on. The next note is the breakup. January 13th. The breakup.
This is where it's going to get interesting for y'all.
Okay, so the story goes, Destiny is at work. She goes on lunch, and she doesn't want to talk to Amber. She knows that Amber's going to try and call her, and she doesn't want to deal with it, so she says to Amber that there are important announcements going on at work during lunch, and she can't call Amber because she has to listen to these announcements, or maybe her boss will get mad at her if she catches her on her phone or something like that. So she lies to Amber and says, I got stuff to deal with. I got to deal with these announcements.
The night that we broke up, I went on lunch, but I wanted to eat lunch with my friends. Literally just sit in the building of work at a table and sit with the friends I had made. It was literally 2 people, and Dana was not one of them. Amberlynn wanted me to call her, and I did lie to her. Okay, so I'll admit to that. I lied to her and said that they were doing announcements at lunch that were important, so I couldn't call her. Like, I had to stay in the building. But I only lied to her because if I told her, no, I'm going to sit with them, it would have been like this whole argument. It would have been this whole big deal. And I just didn't see the point. Like, why couldn't I just hang out with my friends? But to her, that was just such an issue.
So Amber, being the crazy ass that Amber is, decides that she's going to text Destiny's coworker, Charla, and she finds out that there are no announcements, and she proceeds to go off on Destiny over this fact. Starts a big fight that lasts the entirety of Destiny's workday, and then continues whenever they get home.
So Amberlynn texted Charla about these announcements, and of course Charla didn't know what she was talking about, so she said we didn't have any. And Amberlynn was going off on me. So she was going off. I didn't have time to argue with her. I had to put my stuff up and I had to go to work.
Amber calls on Destiny's way home. The fight ensues. And then Destiny breaks up and hangs up. Woo!
I know it was a Friday. I said the drive home was about 30 minutes, and, she called me. We were going off on each other, just screaming back and forth, and I was just tired of arguing with her and her trying to be so controlling. And I literally broke up with her, and then I hung up. I just refused to answer the phone, and she kept calling to the point I just turned it off.
She then goes to hang out with some of her coworkers at Walmart.
I must have turned my phone back on at some point because I ended up meeting Charla, and I put Jalissa, but it was not Jalissa. It was her cousin, not her sister. And I don't remember her name. I ended up meeting them at Walmart though, and then one of my friends that I had ate lunch with. We went somewhere to eat and we hung out like for the majority of the night. I just didn't want to go home. I didn't want to deal with her.
Comes home way later in the night. Amber's still up, and more fighting ensues. And that was the breakup night, really.
I went home super late. I came home, and she tried just arguing with me some more, trying to figure everything out, and I basically just explained to her she wasn't changing. Like, we weren't clicking no more. Like, it was becoming more of a hassle than a relationship, So I was like, you need to work on you, and I need to work on me. So I didn't want any kind of relationship, any kind of nothing. I really just didn't. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it wasn't being with her.
What's keeping you here? You don't belong here!
The next note I've got is, and this is a quote from Destiny, "We weren't clicking no more."
We weren't clicking no more.
And the next note is, "Sleeps in the same bed that night." Ugh, they need a couch.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.
And then the next day, Destiny goes to her mom's and just sort of starts trying her best to not be at home, not be around Amber, and who can blame her? Who can blame her? She mentions that she continues to sleep in the same bed as Amber just to avoid fights. And while I understand where you're coming from, bad decision. Bad decision.
Like I said, she did still make me sleep in the bed with her. She blames it on her attachment issues and anxiety, but I literally just gave in to sleeping in the bed with her just to not hear it. And I think I had been reorganizing some of the shelves in that guest room, and the bed had stuff on it, and I just hadn't had the time to get the stuff off of it.
You have my undivided attention, sir.
Destiny mentions that the day after, either the day after or the next day after that, that Destiny and Amber break up, Dana texts Destiny. You make of that what you think. Does seem a little bit sleuthy to me.
It wasn't the day after me and Amberlynn broke up, but like the second day. So it was the day after I changed all my social media. Dana actually texted me and she just said, "Hey." And then I just said, "Hey," back. We hadn't talked since Thanksgiving, like I said. And she just asked if I was okay because she saw my picture changed. And I just explained to her what happened. That was that. Like she had a boyfriend. That was that. I saw on Facebook that Dana and her boyfriend had broke up. And I just casually texted her and we just were talking. We ended up talking all that night. And the next day I texted her and just said, "How do you feel about me? Like, what are your feelings towards me, basically?" I just wanted to know.
I liked this one too. It's "We just clicked really well." That's a quote from Destiny about her and Dana.
I didn't have like full on feelings for Dana in like the time before when we were talking. It wasn't like flirting or anything. Like Amberlynn even says, like, she read our text messages. There was nothing there. I just wanted to know her more. Like, we just clicked really well.
We weren't clicking no more. We just clicked real well.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
I thought this was interesting. Even though Destiny keeps on saying that she didn't cheat with Dana while with Amber, she does mention that she tried to talk to Dana several times while with Amber.
In November was when it started getting really rocky for me and Amberlynn as well. And that's when I think I had tried to talk to her a couple times, but like I said, she didn't respond. But that was when I just really needed like some kind of a friend, because I needed someone to talk to about all this stuff. And I know I had said I was secretly talking to my ex, whatever, but they weren't responding to me, like I just needed someone to talk to. That's why I ended up hanging out with my mom a lot around this time, and I was just talking to my mom about everything.
So this is a good one. At some point while she's still with Amber, Destiny goes and hangs out with Dana. And they watch some movies, they stay up, and Destiny stays the night at Dana's house. Oh, shit.
So after we admitted to having some kind of feelings towards each other, we just started talking. We had planned on hanging out the next night, like I said, just at her house, just having like a little movie night, whatever. And then I ended up staying the night with her because she fell asleep. F it, you know, like I'll just stay the night. Why not? As long as she was okay with it. And Amberlynn kept texting me, asking me when I was going to be home, and I was like, just not responding. And I just stayed the night. I know I remember waking up right when the sun was coming out because her neighbor had chickens. And they started like cock-a-doodling. Dana, there's chickens outside. And she was like, yes, there's chickens outside. You know, I was like, oh.
And I wrote this down because I thought it sounded nice. Stays the night with Dana, ignores Amber, wakes up to the sound of chickens outside. I don't know about you, but that sounds wonderful to me. You see my hat? I got the plant lady hat. I love chickens. I love gardening, I love chickens, I love homesteading. That is what I'm about. If I woke up to some chickens, I'd be like, I think I'll get some eggs today. No egg shortage for me. But yeah, even during that stay, that seemingly nice stay with Dana, she was staying with Amber at this point. She was still staying with Amber.
Things just progressed from there with Dana and I. You guys know how that went. I went home probably like after lunchtime on Sunday, and Amberlynn had me run her all around Lexington doing what she wanted to do, and then we went to the movies, but that is just January of 2017. I hope this clears some stuff up about y'all calling me a cheater and all this. You liar! You know, like, so there.
But with that, we have been teleported out of the Amberverse. Made sure that everybody's got their Kentucky Fried Chicken cookie, and we got the hell out of there. If you look to your right, there will be a steward to take away your American Spirits package, and you'll be back at home safe and sound in no time. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this special episode of You Guys Have to Realize, and remind everyone that these videos are put out for entertainment purposes only. Please, please do not send any hateful or disparaging remarks to myself or anyone mentioned in the videos. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
I don't ever want to let you go. No, I don't want to let you go. Gotta let this feeling grow. Make this last forever. Yeah, I know. I remember when we first met, but it feels so long ago. I see you shining through there. Time to let it show. Come around and take this boost so I can watch you glow. You know there is no one out there. Time to start the show. It can be just you and me. You and me. Listen to my voice and know that everything will be alright if you could only trust and follow me.
Here we go again.
No, I don't want to let you go.
You're looking at that pasta going, oh, Lordy, I must be in heaven.